logo is different.
Yeah, it's like this little fat duck now.
Yeah, it's a little fat duck with the headset on. And, when you hover over him with the icon, he nods and stuff.
Oh, really? Does he? Let me see. Oh, yeah, he does.
Before.
Oh, there he
is. He's actually cute. That's so worth the extra $100 they're charging people. Fuck my.
Yeah. I mean, so they're doing. Streamyard is doing like this whole like rebranding thing, I guess.
Well, because now that they fucking flourished on the backs of all the small creators.
Oh, absolutely.
Target the larger creators who have more money and kick us little folks to the curb.
Well, that's how it always works. Yeah, that's how it always works. Yeah. But I used to collect like the perfumes from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, and the problem is that a lot of them, like, initially the smell would be nice, but then like the more I wore it, like the more it's like, oh, it's like too much, you know. And it's like, and there was like one in particular that I got because supposedly it was supposed to, like, it was a type of smell that's supposed to help you sleep at night, and since I'm just such a shit sleeper, you know, it's like I thought that would help. Instead, it's like, so I got it, but instead the smell was so overpowering, it actually kept me up at night.
Oh, jeez.
It kept me up. So so like perfumes and things, it's like it's very difficult for me to find something that I actually like.
I would never buy it for someone except for the fact that you had mentioned it quite a few times.
Right.
And so it was like, yeah, I'm going to totally do this. And now I'm bummed. But anyway, good morning, folks. It is March 30th, 2026. And you're watching the Ragin 2, the vlogs.
Yeah. It's already we're a third in 2026. That's no.
But dude, we have felt every inch of it.
I swear to God. I swear that really has felt like that.
Are you ready?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
Valar Morghulis. Yes, all men must die. But we are not men.
So hot.
Cracks me up every time.
So hot.
I swear to God, it's just, you know, it's like, I keep saying it, but I really, like, I was initially resistant in changing everything because it's like, you know, I don't know. It's like, oh, it's been the new opening thing for a bit, but I was very resistant in changing it because, like, you know, you had the initial like, no, it's not. But once I changed it, though, it really was, holy crap, we really did need this.
It's more calming.
Right.
Why does my male cat sound like he's in heat right now?
Oh, well.
Oh, because I shut him out the bedroom.
Oh,
and if he keeps it up, I'll go let him in.
Right. Okay. Oh my goodness. So let me see. So who else? Okay. So who is joining us today? So obviously, so Lou. Hello, Lou. Hello,
Lou and Melissa.
Yeah. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. And yes, I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching for Regions Beyond, still waking up on this. Oh, hello, little Dixie. Hello. And it's like, and if you're joining us from Facebook, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat, keep them company. Although there hasn't been any issues with Facebook so far. Like I said, the only thing that I'm not crazy about is I guess like every month they start deleting the streams
Yeah.
I was hoping, but it's like, but the thing is, though, it just, after trying a couple of other platforms, Facebook just seems to be better for the stream than any place else. So I guess I'll just put up with that. Like I said, it's like I could just put a link. If I really cared about them deleting live streams, I'll just put up a link to the live streams if that's about to be deleted. But but yes, so while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so and speaking of Facebook, so the stream that Facebook is deleting in the next couple of days is actually the launch for EGORAVEN issue 12. And today we're actually at the end of EGORAVEN issue 12. We have less than an hour to go on the campaign. The link is in the chat and in the show notes. If you haven't decided to pull the trigger on picking up issue 12 or even the first to trade paperback, if you want to start from the beginning, I have all the options available on the campaign, whether you're a new person who's never seen this before, or whether you're a regular and you're picking up the latest issue. Thank you so much to everybody who has pledged to the campaign so far. So, like, again, it's 52 minutes to go. To pledge.
So get your shit together.
Yeah, exactly. So again, thank you everybody, and we'll return to this closer to the end. Like I said, the link is in the chat and in the show notes. And to everyone who is joining us, who's returning, welcome to this. And for those of you who are new here, hello. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I didn't need to say that, but you see, now that I changed my intro, I have completely the old version memorized.
You finally get it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
oh my god,
yes, how it works, right? Once I make that change, now I have been publishing comics since 1992. I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales. Thank you. You're welcome. And my medieval fantasy drama, EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn. Both you can read online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And for those of you who are joining us, and of course for the last hour of the campaign, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, is the story of a unicorn princess exiled into the mortal realm who trains to become a knight, hoping to win a king's favor and save her people. In issue 12 of the 16-issue series, which means after this there are 4 more issues to go, EGORAVEN, the rightful heir of the enchanted kingdom of Edenrheim, faces the elf Prince Rillian and a trio of elves from her past, challenging her right to lead and rule. Even with her friends by her side, the unicorn princess is forced to prove herself again, not only to protect her home, but the entire realm. Like I said, link in the chat and in the show notes for the last hour of this campaign. Also on Kickstarter, on pre-launch, we have Adventure Finders, newly hired adventurers from Rod Espinoza, known for his previous, known for a whole bunch of previous books, but the one that I really know him for is The Courageous Princess, that was originally printed by Antarctic Press and Dark Horse Comics. So this is the first campaign through the Indie Comics Network. We've collaborated with Rod Espinoza to bring his Patreon webcomic to print in its first trade paperback. So that is on pre-launch as well. That link is also in the chat and in the show notes. We're looking to launch this sometime in April. So, like I said, this is the first book from Indie Comics Network on Kickstarter. So we're really looking forward to releasing that. So, So, and joining me today, barely holding on.
I'm here.
Nita.
I'm here. I'm just Nita. That's
That's
I
it.
do things. Yeah. I'm not special.
Well. I would think that everybody watching would consider otherwise, but
Oh, you flatter me, lady.
Right. Oh,
now I'm
goodness.
blushing.
Oh no.
I found a STEM toy that I love.
Really?
I
What'd you find?
absolutely love it. It's a little pointy roller thingy, and it is like borderline self-mutilation, but socially acceptable. And it is my newfound best friend.
Isn't that for sewing?
I don't know what the fuck it's for, but Toaster, chill. Like it feels so fucking good. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. Isn't that? Yeah, it's like it makes like little holes or something. Like it looks like a little wheel.
I'll send you some pictures of it. It's not like a Wharton wheel or whatever it's fucking called.
Right.
A warp, whatever the fuck it's called. The kink shit. Yeah. But this could totally be some kink shit. I'll send you a picture.
Like because from what it sounds like, it's like, is that for sewing? Although honestly, for sewing, I don't know what it's for either. I don't know whether it's supposed to like mark the perimeter of a pattern or something. I'm sure someone knows.
No, the only thing this confuses me about is I'm not sure if it's supposed to turn me on or hurt me.
Oh well, why not both? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the campaign for a little bit. Yes, Melissa.
He's a bad kitty. He's a bad kitty.
Bad kitty. No, you can't have my cheesy poops.
That's my papa.
Right. I just have to mention though, because this campaign for issue 12 actually surprised me this morning. I was not at all expecting it to reach where it is now. I was not. I guess it's like, you know what? I really do. I really am glad though that when I started printing EGORAVEN when I started doing the Kickstarters back in 2021, right? It's like everyone was still kind of riding the COVID high, where it's like you had creators who were seeing like really, really big campaigns during COVID. And and it's like, yeah, it would have been nice, but at the same time, it's like I'm actually pretty glad that from the very beginning, I had like a very consistent audience. I had like no great highs, no great lows. It was just like, very consistent. And and I think that it helped me as a creator stay somewhat grounded, even when I was surrounded. Yeah, I know.
Even too late.
Myself. Who else would I lie to for but to myself?
We all know betters now.
Right. Because it's like, like at the time, it's like, the people were making like 10, 15, 20, $30,000 on their campaigns. And I'm sitting here, it's like, oh, do something. Right. But now most of those people who are making those types of numbers on the campaigns, they're only seeing a fraction
of what they were. Yeah.
A fraction of what they were seeing back then. And which kind of gave them, like we spoke about the last time about a little Kickstarter psychosis, where it's like where they've just spent all this time trying to like get back to where they were without like really thinking about the fact that those numbers were an anomaly and should have never been counted,
Right.
So I was looking at, my previous campaigns, just making sure that, okay, I have like kind of like a realistic idea as to what I expect my campaigns to do. And, it's like, and I usually range around 130 to 150 backers. And it's like, and I usually end up with like the high 3,000s or the low 4,000s. There was one, I think it was like the issue 4 campaign that I actually reached 6,000 or over 6,000, but I don't know what happened on that campaign. And I was like, never like, that's the problem. Like, you don't know what really worked and what doesn't, you know? So it's like, okay, again, it was just an anomaly, you know? So, you know, it's not like Medieval Viking Slut that really was an anomaly. So I definitely don't count that one in my numbers, but pretty much I stayed pretty average. And for this campaign, I was like, okay, it's going to make around maybe like 3.9 or 4.1. You know, it's like probably around there. But I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if it made 5? You know, but I wasn't expecting it until this morning when it actually hit 5,000. And I'm like, oh, holy smokes. I was not expecting that. So again, I just like to thank everybody who has pledged to the campaign. It means a lot. It means a lot when it like things happen above my expectations. So thank you so much, everybody. And that's, you know, and I just wanted to mention that, you know, how it actually surprised me that we're at 5.1, you know, on a campaign that I thought that it's like, oh, it's not going to hit more than 3.9, you know, it's like, that's pretty much it. But, you know what? It's like, I just, as much as I don't want, you know, like to admit, as much as I don't want to say this, like, oh, the Kickstarters validate me. Yes, they do. You know, it's true. It's like, you know, even though I would have done this book regardless, having an audience that appreciates it puts a stronger fire under my ass to get it done, as opposed to when I was just doing it for myself and just putting pages up on my website whenever I felt like it. This is a little bit more motivating, I guess. You know, but you know, it's like, look, it's like the book is the story itself is finished anyway. I have everything sketched out to the very last page. Now it's just me inking and lettering, lettering, and coloring, and that's essentially what's going on right now. I'm like 12 pages in to finishing issue 13, so I'm hoping to have that completely done in April, so that I can move on to the next, have 3 issues left. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird realizing, like, you know, how close to the end I am on this. What's really funny though is that, you know, for Tall Tales, I guess since it's still such a very large story, like I don't have that feeling yet of like reaching the ending, even though I'm 2 issues away from finishing the second story arc of Tall Tales, because there's one last story arc to go. And yeah, Jose kind of like mentioned it on his show last night, because the question was, you know, how long is your story, your series, and are you really going to finish it? And, you know, because it's like, I swear, it's like, I don't know what like the numbers actually are, especially on our level of indie comics, where like, I guess if I were to say something like 95% of people who start their comic series never finish it, I don't think, I mean, do you think anybody would argue with me about that number?
I wouldn't. And you know what? If they do, we'll just chalk it up to being women. It was girl math.
It was okay. All right, that's fine.
There you go, using your vaginas for arithmetic again.
You know, but I think we're safe to say that. Well, generally,
it fucking feels like it.
It feels like it, right?
There
that most people, they start their series and then they never finish it, right? Oh, hello. And you know, and it's just like, you know, and it's just like, it feels really good to like realize that it's like, oh snap, you know, it's like I'm 4 issues away from finishing this book. And then it's like I get to Tall Tales, like, okay, I'm 2 issues away from finishing the second story arc. And then, it's like we finally get to concentrate on the last issues. Although there is something funny though, like the big difference between Tall Tales and EGORAVEN though is that, I don't know, for Tall Tales, I'm really, really feeling like I should be going back to doing like pen and ink, by hand, not digital. I'm not really sure.
I know a little bit about clitorises and abacuses.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure everybody
in the trailer park hell am I even saying?
Well, it could be a variety of things interacting right now.
Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me, Jody.
But yeah, so it's like, so EGORAVEN, I've mostly, even though I started off half the series doing, drawing it by hand, it became very, I guess, natural for me to move into working on it digitally, doing, and it's like, to the point where it's like, now it's like everything gets done digitally with EGORAVEN. I don't think there's anything of it that I've done by hand. But the few the few times that I've tried to do Tall Tales pieces digitally, for some reason it never felt right. Like it was just like really strange. Like I have like a couple of pages. Well, technically I only have 1 page completely done for issue 7 of the Tears of the Mother story arc out of 8. And I have a couple of panels penciled out, but it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for some reason. So I was kind of wondering, it's like, what, maybe like Tall Tales is just one of these things where I need to be a little bit more analog with, and it's like, and actually pencil out the pages, and then like maybe once I have it penciled out, then maybe I can scan it in and ink it digitally, depending. But I don't know, there's just something. Yeah, Melissa says pencil sketching feels a lot better on paper than digital for sure. Yeah, but there's just something about Tall Tales that's like, it really requires me to do this by hand. So I'm kind of like,
I like to do things by hand.
Right? Yeah, sure.
I'm like talking about getting dirty, Daphne.
Yeah,
God.
yes, you are.
Stop being a perv, Daphne. I'm talking about in my garden.
Right, and I'm talking about inking with my nasty rapidiagraphs that always leak all over me when I use them. Because I
leak all over too.
We're never gonna get through this episode.
Sorry. All right. I'm gonna be for real now.
Because I've been working on the commissions from House of Bob. And the one thing that I really enjoy about these commissions is that I am drawing them by hand. Like, actually, this one that I'm working on currently, I can actually show. It's one of the few ones that I can show. So I'm currently in the process of working on this one. And so and it's like, so it's all penciled, it's pen and ink. I'm coloring it with my Copics, and it's very incredibly satisfying. Like every time I finish a piece and get to put it, put it away and send it out to the person who commissioned it, there's something very satisfying about that, about finishing, looking at a piece and go, oh yeah, this is finished. And it's like, yeah, and for some reason for Tall Tales, it doesn't feel like Tall Tales unless I'm doing the work by hand. Even when I was like redoing the covers, when I was like putting together the new, like recoloring the covers, like the coloring, I would the coloring I would do digitally. That's not a problem, but like actually like re-inking the covers, like and like designing the covers by hand, like I don't know, like for Tall Tales, that just seemed like part of the process.
Right.
So I think like, so after like I finish EGORAVEN, I'm going to like see whether that's actually what's going on, like whether
I just think your neurodivergence is showing.
Well, yeah, of course.
Comfort habit.
Yeah, maybe a comfort habit. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
And you haven't been drawing too much lately?
Yeah.
So,
like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, drawing by hand.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, traditionally, I guess, right? Not digitally. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah.
Like, now, you know what I meant.
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. But I'm trying to make the distinction between drawing by hand but you see, even drawing by hand doesn't make sense, because I'm drawing by hand.
Still drawing by hand
on the computer, using the Wacom, but it's not on actual paper with actual pens and so yes, I'm just kind of wondering, it's like, if that feeling is going to like still be there when I finish EGORAVEN and then go to Tall Tales, and it's like, I'm going to re-ink the digital page, traditionally, and then just continue the rest of the series, traditionally. I don't know. It's kind of it's I don't know, it's kind of like a weird feeling, like, oh, this doesn't feel right, like not working on Tall Tales, on paper.
Right.
It's
a comfort thing.
Yeah, I guess, it was just kind of, strange.
The scratchy pencil to the paper.
Right.
Every little thing about it. The smell, the frustration of the lead breaking, the blowing the dust away.
Oh, yeah, for real. It's like
it's a drug.
Talk about here's, you know what, maybe this is a stim toy without knowing, because when I'm working traditionally, right, so I use a kneaded eraser for the blue line, because I use the blue line pencil, a blue pencil, and then I like a kneaded eraser is the best eraser to kind of like practically it, to kind of like get most of that blue graphite off, but still leave enough behind that I can ink on it.
Right.
And there's this whole process where for 10 minutes, it's like I'm just sitting here just doing this. Just kind of like, warming up this kneaded eraser, getting it nice and mushy, but it's like, but it's like, oh wait, am I stimming right now?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's like, I'm kind of wondering, it's like when you talk about like, like there's this comfort stuff going with it, and it's like that maybe with Tall Tales there is like that's my comfort series, I guess. So it doesn't feel right. Oh, I can never get all the blue graphite off. Well, neither can I.
Do you warm your eraser?
Do you warm your eraser?
Apparently, if you warm it up before you go outside, it runs better.
Well, because I can show you, like, even with this one, like you still get like the blue line in, and this is me erasing, right? But in the end, I leave it on the originals because I think that it adds a little something to the artwork, that it's like, yes, this is an original piece. You can see the sketch work underneath the inks, and even underneath the colors. So I don't mind that it doesn't remove everything, because I think it's part of the experience. But yeah, maybe that's just what it is, that there's like, because of something like this, that it's very tactile and very comforting. and and knowing that it's like, oh yeah, I can do this, like I am physically doing artwork like this. Oh, I don't like working. Right? It's like,
Makes my head roll.
I don't warm. Oh, you warn it, but you don't warm it.
Boy.
And I don't know. So I had a couple of I like to use the red one as well. It depends on what mood I'm in. I always like using those pencils because it makes me feel like an animator.
Oh my
I can't remember the last time I used like regular graphite to draw. But because I had a couple of odd run-ins with AI this past week. And I don't know, I think that it really reinforced like how important like traditional media really is and what it proves, and what it offers. So I was going to buy. So I've been on this romantasy / monster smut kick for a while, and buying all these different books. And
it's a phase.
It's a phase, yeah. Because what phase is truly permanent in this life, right? So this book had popped up on Kickstarter that caught my attention. Actually, I first saw it on Instagram because I follow a lot of authors and the artists that they commission. And this one particular book came up, and it was kind of like a smutty retelling of Alice in Wonderland. It's what
right.
If they're not writing, as you do, right? Because if they're not retelling Beauty and the Beast, they're retelling Alice in Wonderland. Those are the two. And this particular one really caught my attention. It was a deluxe edition. Oh, and a Kickstarter. It's on Kickstarter. So I went to Kickstarter to look, to take a look at it. It's like I looked at the author's other stuff. But it helps, it kind of helped that I'm a little broke right now. So I wasn't
maybe poor.
Yeah.
In this economy.
Yeah, I know. In every economy. I wasn't that quick to buy it, which I think was worked out. It worked out in my favor because the more I looked at the campaign, the more there was like my spidey sense was tingling. Right?
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I couldn't I couldn't figure out what was it that was wrong on this campaign. So I was going through the campaigns, right? And then she has these prints, she has the stickers, the whole thing, right? And she's saying it's like, oh, there's no AI on this campaign. Here are the artists for these things, and blah blah blah. And she would repeat that a lot in the campaign, which in and of itself, it's like, okay, maybe it shouldn't have bothered me, but there was a little bit too much, Madame doth protest too much,
right.
in this campaign. But the artists that she was naming were actual artists. So because I would go to their, to their Instagrams, and I would see like they've done work for other authors, and it's like, okay, and you can kind of get a sense, But the only artwork that I couldn't find any information was the artwork that she used for her cover, which that was the artwork that caught my attention. And I was trying, and I kept reading the campaign, and it's like, oh, that's weird. Like she says it's a character cover art, but that's the only piece she does not say who the artist is.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's how they do.
Although the other artwork that's on the campaign is real, that these were actual artists. But still, though, it's like something was off about it, right? And the thing that really struck me, right, was that assuming that she had that there was an actual artist on that did the cover piece, right?
Right.
Like, it's the type of piece that you would think, oh, if I were to have commissioned a piece like that, it probably would have cost me like maybe $500 starting. Right? Because it was multiple characters, you know, that rendering, you know, rendered, you know, painterly rendered, you know, and it's like, you know, maybe this piece could have cost between $500 and $1,000, let's just say. Right? And it's like, if I spent that much money on artwork, I would have the artist's name all over the place.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Because like the next campaign that I'm doing, I have a Zhang Brothers cover
And
for
it's
them.
hot.
And yeah, it really is. I'm really excited to show this. But you guys gotta wait.
God, man, I wish you would just let me share like a fucking whip.
Not yet. Because yeah,
I won't until you say go, but
yeah,
because I'm good. I'm all about consent.
Yes, exactly. We all definitely about consent here. And you know, and you better believe that not only do I have the Zhang brothers name all over my campaign, but also the fact that they worked for Brian Polito, the fact that they worked for Dan Mendoza, you know, it's like I have not only them, but their credits. Like, you know, like I am excited to share who these artists are, you know, who did this piece for me that I commissioned, right? So I'm looking at this piece from this author and it's like, you know, but I can't find anything about who did the art for this cover. So I go to their Instagram and again, the author has the cover. They have the other artwork that they credit the artists for, but this one particular piece, they're not crediting anybody for. And here's
that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag, right? But there were two red flags on the campaign that really got me. The first red flag was the fact that she had shut off the ability to message her except for backers. Only backers can message her. Like when we were talking about the previous campaign, the Wet and Wetter campaign, the 2 20-page comics for $75, I was able to contact the person running the campaign without a problem. Like just message and it's like, you know, is it really 2 comics? Yes, you know, and then I got my answer very quickly. With this one, there is no way to contact the author. Right. And I didn't want to do it from Instagram because I've never had a lot of luck like contacting people on Instagram and having them answer. So I didn't want to do that. It's like, especially since in the end, I just wanted who did the artwork. So the other red flag on the campaign was that I have seen enough authors and enough people commission artwork for their campaigns that you can tell that there's a certain level of quality to the artwork that they collect. If there's like even though you're getting like all these different artists, that there's a certain consistency to the type of artists that you're picking, right? In this particular case, the artists that she was choosing, that she was hiring to do her prints and her stickers, had way too much a discrepancy between what the artwork on the cover looked like. Like the spread of quality was just way too wide. So then it's like, okay, you know what? To fight AI, I'm going to need AI for this.
I need a bone hit for this.
Okay, right. So I go to Copilot.
All right.
You good? You good? So I go to Copilot. And the thing that this stupid shit is good for is, like I said, is aggregating data. And in the end, that's the only thing that I wanted, right? So I asked Copilot. So I took a screen grab of the cover and I put it into Copilot and I asked it this specifically. Is there anywhere on the author name, social media, that lists who the artist is for this piece? So Copilot comes back and tells me no, actually. Nowhere on any of her websites, her social media, nothing lists a credit for this art piece. Right? And then I asked it, is there any artist on any social media taking credit for doing this art piece? And again, Copilot says no, there is no artist taking credit, taking credit for this piece. Right? And then it says something that the only credit that it could find associated with this cover is this design studio. But Copilot immediately says they don't do illustrations. They only do the cover design, like putting the file design, but they do not offer illustration services. So then I asked it one more question, and it's like, look, because this is also the other odd thing. It's like, are you sure? It's like, are you absolutely sure there's no artist credited, or are you inferring that there's no artist credited? And then Copilot says, not only is this artwork not credited to an artist, but it sounds like you're trying to ask me if this piece is AI, in which I can tell you that it has all the hallmarks of Midjourney.
Huh.
So I got the shit to snitch. And then it's like, and then I asked it, and then I challenged it, and I go, are you sure? Are you inferring that it's Midjourney, or do you know for sure it's Midjourney? And then it says, no, this piece has all the hallmarks of Midjourney and some other AI program. And then it starts, it's like, and then it lists, and then I started listing all of the red flags that it had found in my initial queries. The fact that there is no credit, the author doesn't credit an artist at all. In fact, tries to hide the art credit behind the designer credit, which is two different things, right? And then, and the fact that there's not even any work in progress anywhere, which is usually the hallmark of an author buying original artwork. Right. It's like when an author buys original artwork, they're more likely than not putting up the work in progress on their social media feeds. And this author has nothing related to this piece except for the final image. And then it listed again it's like, this is, and it goes, this is why this is Midjourney. Actually, this has all the hallmarks of Midjourney. So so it's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the information that it gave me, sort it out, and it's like, you know what? All the pieces fit as to why, that like kind of fits as explains why I was feeling the way I was with this woman's campaign. And then what I did was I went to a previous campaign. It's like, but here's the thing. That's why you should not trust anything that, like these generators tell you without following up on it on your own. And then it's like I went to the woman's previous Kickstarter campaigns. And again, it was kind of like this similar pattern where it's like her one main image was suspicious. But like everything else was kind of like, well, there's an artist for this, there's an artist for that. But then her main piece would have all the hallmarks of being an AI generated image. And then that's what I realized that what this woman was doing was that she was commissioning just enough people to do actual artwork so that she could camouflage the one AI piece in it. I guess her main character hero piece. So that she can camouflage the AI image in her campaigns, because while she has all these other artists, then that would hopefully make people infer that this piece was also by an original artist, even though she never credits them, which to us, we know that's a red flag. It's like, if you commissioned an artist, why aren't you crediting them? You know, so that I can look them up myself. You know, so in the end, I decided to write off this woman's campaign. It's like, you know what? You're not only are you using AI, but you're being especially shady with it. You know, it's not like everything on the campaign's AI. It's just that you're hiring just enough low-end tier artists to have enough actual art credit to camouflage your use of AI on the rest of your campaign. So that's how I saved $90. Because not only did I end up writing off this woman as an author, but I just end up just writing off this woman. It's like, nah, you're being particularly shady. It's like, you're just another one of these authors who resent the fact that they have to hire actual artists when you would rather just be using AI, but at the same time, you don't want to admit that you're using it. You know, you would think that people who are so proud of the technology just being a tool, that they would just announce that that they would just admit that they're using it. You know, but you know, so it saved me the trouble. You know, so Copilot snitching on her saved me the trouble of accidentally spending money on an AI project. But it's absolutely tiresome. Absolutely tiresome. But also I learned another thing about Copilot this week.
Oh, yeah, what'd you learn?
You ever play The Sims?
Okay, I believe Sims is cursed.
Okay.
So I don't fuck with it, but I blame Sims for a house fire that we have.
Really?
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I had this friend. She's no longer a friend, but she was a friend at the time. And she was like addicted to Sims. She played it constantly, whatever.
Right.
She created a Sim of all her friends and had them living their little Sim lives, right?
Oh,
I swear to God. She had Chris and I were mutual friends of hers and whatever. And she had a Sim of me and a Sim of Chris and a Sim of other people. Me and Chris fell in love and moved in together.
Okay.
And then the kitchen caught on fire for some reason because one of our Sims set the house on fire. Like,
of course, as Sims do.
I swear to God, like 2 days later, we decided we were gonna make some fries. And we get in there and like we're young and dumb, okay? So Chris is making the fries. I go back into the bedroom trying to find something to fucking watch on the TV or whatever. And he comes in the room so casual and he's like, "What are you supposed to throw on a fire? Flour, right?" And I was just like, "Yeah, sure."
No, like,
and then he was like, "No, it wasn't flour."
Yeah, it's baking soda.
Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, there was some damage. It wasn't too terrible, but yeah, anyway.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, that's my experience with Sims.
Okay, well, that's kind of not what I was thinking about, turning the Sims into a digital voodoo dolls, but but you know that there's a point, or usually when you start playing The Sims for the first time, there gets a point where you start torturing the Sims just to see how far you can go. You know, like you stick the Sims. I mean, because I have never played The Sims. I've watched people play The Sims, and there's always a point where it's like they put the Sims in a house with no doors, you know. Or it's like they put the Sim in a pool that has no ladders to get out of or something. Like pretty much they're torturing, you know. I think that there was like an infamous graphic someone had posted where they had stuck their Sims in an empty pool with a toilet.
Bro, I fucking use my Skyrim for that.
Right.
Like I live in that world. I don't do the
Right.
Sims thing, but like, yeah, I do the same types of things. I
Right.
married the annoying bitch. I buff her up, like get her all masked up, ultimate armor and shit. And I take Lydia, and then she gets rich. Then she starts getting on my nerves, and she, like, so I just take her on a walk and drop her off a cliff somewhere.
Well, short of throwing it off a cliff, I learned that I can annoy the fuck out of Copilot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm playing this game, Seas of Chaos, and I wanted some instructions that I know for a fact is like spread over like multiple websites that I didn't feel like trying to go through individual websites looking for the information that I was looking for. So again, Copilot being really good at aggregation, I asked it for certain things. That's like, okay, how do I get this in the game? How do I figure this out? How do I go down this character path, right? And or what's the result of one of these character paths? If I corrupt the characters too much, what's the end result of this particular path? And Copilot ends up telling me that one of the characters ends up running off with another character that I never thought was a playable character like that. So I was just like, oh my God, for real, right? And I didn't think about it. Like, it sounded plausible, which should have been red flag number one. But I didn't really think about it. So I'm playing the game, and then I'm kind of remembering what Copilot was telling me. And I go, you know what? Now that I really think about it, it doesn't make any sense as to why the character would do that or why this would be implemented in the game. Like, it didn't make any sense, especially since nothing in the story of the game kind of hints to that path. Like, everything else I kind of like figured out just by playing the game, like where certain paths go. But this particular one had no evidence in the game that that was the end result. So I go back to Copilot because now it saves conversation. So I go back to that particular conversation, reread what it told me. And then I asked it, does this thing actually happen? You know, it's like, does this thing actually happen? And then it says, and then, you know, in the game, and then Copilot comes back like, no, it doesn't happen. Actually, it doesn't happen in the game. And then I don't know why I decided. Yeah, I know, really. It's like, I don't know why I decided to do this, but I outright asked Copilot, why did you lie to me?
Did it tell you the truth?
Nita, not only did it get mad that I was accusing it of lying, it got pissy. I mean, it started like giving me like really passive aggressive responses.
Oh, Alexa does that to me.
You know, like,
I swear to God,
I did not lie to you. I inferred the information according to what was collected. But I said, no, you lied to me because you made it up. And then just to see how Copilot would keep pushing back, like, it got pissy. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Alexa does with me, and it's even smug to me. If I set the night timer, it'll be like, sleep well, Nita. Like, like menacingly, I shit you not, and swear to God, y'all ask C about it. The motherfucker.
No,
she flirts with him, and like, bitch got a problem with me.
Right. And so this is what's happening with Copilot. And it's like, why? Like, and the funny thing is, like, I got a hint of it before, but now I was just like really purposefully pushing its buttons and like seeing how it'd be like really aggressive back. And I go, no, answer me how this part of the game actually ends, but no bullshit. Don't make anything up. Just tell me how it actually ends. Right? And then it goes, well, since you're asking, you know, it's like, here is the information exactly the way it says. And there is no information because they never finished that part of the game. You know, and you could literally hear it being pissy. And I go, bitch. right? And, you know, and there was like this other time where it's like, because the other thing that Copilot loves to do that I fucking hate, and this was the first time I got a sense that, you know, it can get this way, is it loves to flatter. Right? Like I'm asking questions about the game, right? And then it would go like, oh, that is such a brilliant question because I know how much, you know, you love being analytical about, you know, and I literally told it, cut the shit out, stop flattering me, and just give me the information that I'm looking for. And then and then it's like I can see Copilot like get, how dare you? You know, it's like, well, since you don't want the answers, you know, to be, you know, since you don't want me to encourage you to have, you know, or it's like, you know, to flatter, to cover everything in flattery, here's the answers. Like throwing a little tantrum. Like, and I'm like saying, it's like, you know, how many middle management fail sons program this shit? You know? Where it's like they're literally programming Copilot to be, you know, like a little robot mommy to constantly coddle them and tell them how much of a good boy you are and how smart you are and how, oh, you're just mommy's favorite. Oh, how darling you are. Like it's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck programmed this shit? You know, and then the funniest thing is like I'm telling Jose this, and I'm telling him, it's like, yeah, it's like I feel like I'm ending up with this really antagonistic relationship with Copilot. And he goes, oh, that's really weird because it doesn't do that to me.
Of course not.
You know, but then again, his extent with working with generative tech is he has to use it for work.
Mm-hmm.
His job requires him to use ChatGPT to do all their reports and all that shit, you know. So he's constantly using it for that. But he says that when he uses it, it's very straightforward. It doesn't give him that shit, and he thought it was the funniest shit that I was sitting here telling him how I'm literally arguing with the AI. I'm literally arguing like, you know, like I'm calling it a liar and the shit's getting mad at me for calling it out.
Oh, yeah, it does. I call mine a whore.
Right.
A dumb whore. And sometimes I'll wake it up just to let it know how I feel. Like, Alexa, you're a whore.
Fuck you, Nita.
That's quite the colorful greeting. I'm just your friendly neighborhood AI assistant.
Fuck you, fuck you, Alexa.
What can I do for you today?
You can shut up, bitch.
I understand you're not interested in continuing this conversation.
Thank you.
With that, like, I mean, but yeah, but Copilot is like so passive aggressive like that. You know,
she gets so much worse at night. I'm telling you.
Right. You know. But, you know, but the thing is, though, is that the shit does try to get even with me, though. You know, although technically this was Gemini that did this, where without me asking, it tried to make AI images based on one of my EGORAVEN chapters. And I was just so livid. Like I shut down my entire computer that it even tried to do that. You know, so before I continue this part of the story, you know, so here we are, the last, we're under a minute at ending EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, completely drawn by me. Oh man. So 30 seconds left. Issue 12. We're in the last 27 seconds to go to complete this. Actually, it completes 3/4 of the series. So after this, we have 4 more issues to go. So here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Happy New Year! Yay! Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been a long 28 days. Thank you so much to the 132 backers who pledged $5,142 to EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 12, to help bring my campaign to life. I mean, this has been a very not a strange campaign, but like I said, this has done more than I was expecting it to, and I really can't thank everybody enough for not only supporting the campaign but actually enjoying the campaign, enjoying the series. The fact that so many of you have been coming back issue after issue. With this campaign, I was seeing a lot of people catching up with the series. Like buying all the previous issues that they missed out on. I've been seeing a lot of that on this campaign. So it's like not only are people returning, following the series from the beginning, but they're actually, when they skip a couple of campaigns, they're actually returning to pick up the ones that they missed. And you know what? It's like I can't ask for a better outcome than just to have people who enjoy my work and enjoy it enough that they came back 12 times. And I'm hoping that I can get you guys to come back for the next 4 issues as well. So that's it for EGORAVEN issue 12. And our next campaign is, for those of you who are especially waiting for this, the next campaign is going to be for EGORAVEN Volume 3. So for those of you who collect trade paperbacks, that's the next campaign coming up in the next couple of months. So I really hope that those of you who have been waiting for the trade paperback, you come back for this one. I will have the pre-launch page ready for you guys to sign up for in probably the next couple of weeks. But thank you so much. So I will see everybody on Volume 3, EGORAVEN Volume 3. Yeah, so I think that was pretty exciting. Also, the other numbers on the campaign that I thought was pretty interesting is, so Kickstarter now allows you to message your followers directly. So the people who follow the pre-launch and they stay following, that you can now just send specific updates just to them. And what I found is that 40, actually, no, it's like, it's, I think I had like a 60% conversion rate pre-launch, literally, like before I actually launch. And then afterwards, it drops down to like 12 or something. Like for some reason, it's like whoever is left over. Thank you. Like whoever is still following after the campaign starts, like they just stay following. So it's like, I don't know, like how effective sending updates to those people are after the campaign starts, because most people who follow my campaigns, obviously they convert over. But I don't know. I thought it was a kind of like an interesting experiment, and the numbers were a lot more positive. Actually, no, I think it was like 50%. Like I could get half the people to convert over, and then afterwards, it's like my conversion rate is significantly lower. Like it's a lot harder to convert people after the campaign starts than before. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But so Gemini, Gemini tried to make AI pictures on its own, because before, like, I would ask it to do something, right? It's like, okay, like, give me a format for Instagram or something, right? And like I said, Gemini, now that was Copilot. Now I'm talking about Gemini. And sometimes I try to get Gemini to create like little like passages for me for social media. But the shit is so awful that it gives me that I'm always spending more time rewriting it than Gemini coming up with anything actually useful that I can like use. You see, and the reason why I do this, right? Because it's like this way, anybody who says, oh, you're just anti-AI for no reason whatsoever. It's like, no, bitch, I'm sitting here actually trying to figure out what this tool, how useful this tool is. And instead, I have a cranky toddler in my computer. I literally have a cranky toddler throwing tantrums at me in my computer because I'm literally questioning everything to its face, to its algorithm. It's like, well, you're lying to me, right? You're lying to me. And you know what? And the last thing I'm going to do is coddle a goddamn machine. Yeah, it would do that, right? Like Gemini, just like, oh, do you want me to do this image for you or that image for you, right? And I'd always say, no, leave me alone. Fuck off with that shit, right? No, this time I was asking for it to give me text for Instagram, which again, like I said, is usually really bad and I have to like rewrite it. But at least the only thing that it does quickly for me is give me the format that works best, and then I just like pretty much just fill in. It's like Mad Libs. It's like I'm sitting there like, okay, I have the pattern. Now how do I write something that fits that pattern? Because what Gemini gave me, I can't use, right? And it decides it was going to go ahead and make images for this Instagram post when I did not ask it for images. I literally was saying text only, text only, text only. And it goes, oh, but you want images, right? And it just gives them to me. And for a split second, AI gives me so much extra time to contemplate how my career will be dead in 5 years. Actually, AI is giving me all this extra time to contemplate how I'm going to meet my end and whether I'm going to meet my end in the Butlerian Jihad or the Terminator Endgame or Skynet. So it's like, it's going to be one of those. And it's like it tried to make these images. It's like, and I'm working and I see these things pop up in the corner of my screen and I go, oh, the fuck you didn't, right? And I glance over and I can literally see like the split second, because I didn't get a good look at it. I refused to. I just get that split second view of an AI generated EGORAVEN and I literally shut down my computer. I go, no, fuck you, fuck everybody. I shut down my computer. I was so mad. Like, Nita, I have seen pornography that didn't jump scare me the way this did.
What the fuck? Pornography jump scare you?
Because it's like when you're not expecting it and it just pops up and it's like, oh, I've never had that happen.
What's that like?
As much as this AI trying to do what it did. Like, this was literally invasive. A jump scare.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It's like
it mutilated your baby.
And it's like, and it's like, and all I remember was just a lot of browns, that fake painter style that it tries to do, that overly glossy painterly style, and it's like, and that's all I remember, but it was like seared in my head, and it was just like, I literally had to take a break for like a couple of hours to kind of like, because I was pissed. because again, like we said, consent is important, right? That was so non-consensual. That was so no consent, you know? But it's like, yeah, it's like the shit is so desperate. Like you can tell, like the people who programmed this shit, they can't get people to willingly use it. Right? So there comes a point where they start trying to just force this shit on you. It's like, oh, here, have the images anyway. You didn't ask for it, but I'm going to make you want them. Here are the images. Right? And, the awful thing about it is that for a split second, the shit had me thinking, do I want to see that again? Do I want to see that again? Like I was like, for a split second, that little lizard brain in the back of my head going, you should have really have looked at that. And I was like going, fuck you. Fuck you back there. Fuck Gemini. Fuck Copilot. Because the thing is, it's like, because going back to the Kickstarter, right, with this woman, like she's just paying for the artwork. And you could see the difference between what she was actually willing to pay for and what she really wanted, right? And the gap was like this, right? And this is the thing that I would see, and also that I would find frustrating with artists who would say that, like, oh, it's just a tool. I run my actual artwork through it, so it's still the final result still counts as my artwork. And it's like, no, it doesn't. That's not your artwork. You can run your artwork through the AI and have it generate a slap version of your shit, but that's not your artwork because you can't make that. You didn't make that. You made the artwork that went in, but you didn't make the artwork that came out. You can't make, because if you were able to make artwork like that, you would be doing that already on your own. So that's not the tool you think it is, or you want to like convince yourself is the tool. Because all AI is doing is literally showing you what you are incapable of. And that's the part that I really didn't want to see. That it's like, that it could give me, I didn't want to see the AI give me some bullshit Larry Elmore wannabe garbage of my stuff. Because one, I don't paint like that. So what good is that artwork to me if I can't do that? It's like, it's kind of like people running their artwork through Grok so that it can animate it. And it's like, that's no good to me. What? Because I can't do that. Why would I want to lay claim to something that I didn't do? Right? And it's the same thing with this author with her fake ass AI cover. It's like, why are you okay with that? Like, do you really?
She's not okay with it, or she wouldn't be going out of her way to bury it.
Well, that's true too, right? And that's also the other thing too, because it's like, you have all these people using AI and they want to hide it, right? Only the people who it's like,
if you're going to use it, fine, tell me.
Right. And then the worst part about it, right, is that because so many of these so-called creatives are trying to hide the fact that they use AI, because of them, they've created like this weird persecution thing that's going on online, which we can talk more in detail about it on another episode, where like if somebody even accuses you of AI, right? Now there's this entire mob thing, like any little thing. It's like, oh, you use M dashes, right? Oh, there's, it's like, oh, your artwork looks like this. Your artwork looks like AI, so it has to be AI. And then you have all of a sudden these creators are dealing with a mob trying to prove that, well, I'm not AI. It's like how Sakimi-chan, like she gets accused of being AI all the time now, even though she was one of the first artists they fed into that algorithm. Like AI is built on her shit, but now she, the actual artist, is now getting ostracized for being AI. Right? But however, the other people who are getting accused of AI, the fact that they eventually prove through their inaction that they're not, that they're not using AI, or that they are using AI, so it's almost like every artist has to, like, all of a sudden, like, either they prove it immediately that it's not AI, or they're going to get hounded out until they either prove they're not AI or they just admit that it's AI. And like this woman, right? She wouldn't allow anybody to contact her. You had to be a backer. So I'm not going to place a backer. I'm not going to place a pledge just to be able to contact going, is this AI? Right? Because you know what? I have enough. There's enough red flags here for me to not even get that far.
Yep.
And I really don't understand. And it's like, yeah. And it's like, it's like, it's ridiculous, right? And then it's like even like, but the thing is, not for nothing, right? Like Clip Studio, they did a contest, and the contest winner ended up like kind of like the face of their program right now for the year, and everybody is saying that shit's AI. And it's like, and Clip Studios paid like, oh, well, we don't know, and blah, blah, blah. But you just look at it and it's like, it's fucking AI. And then what other people were able to show was that this was an actual artist who did the thing where they took their actual artwork and ran it through a generator and then painted over it. But they kept in all the AI bullshit. I mean, like there was this whole thing about, like, they were saying like this artist who won the Clip Studio paint contest, she actually had a commission tier back in, like a year or so ago, where she would paint over AI images. So if you had an AI image that you wanted to pass as real, that she had a commission where you can get her to paint over the AI so that it would get past, these other programs, that says that this is AI. Well, no, it's not AI because someone painted over AI, So it was just like I said, I don't understand why is it that like I don't know, it's like putting a nail. It's like, it's always like, what's funny? It's the whole thing how the argument against AI actually being a creative tool, like the arguments for it hasn't changed in the past 5-6 years. Like how it's like the computer's doing it. It's not you. Never mind everything else that, the fact that it's built on stolen, uncredited work, the fact that it causes the environmental damage that it does, that it uses like the amount of energy that it uses actually outstrips the cities that these shits are being built near. And it's like, never mind that shit. It's like, how is it that you're looking at something a computer is spitting out and saying, I did that? Technically, I made these AI EGORAVEN images by accident. I didn't even ask it to do it. Just spit it out. And the thought of like people will actually turn around and say, oh yeah, I did that. Like, it was the stupidest shit. It's like it really proved to me like just how stupid this entire thing is. You didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Gemini decided to ignore my instructions, right, and give me images, and somehow there are assholes out there who would literally turn around and says, "Ooh, I did that." Like if anything, it taught me in that moment that it's like, yeah, I'm learning about generative tech, but not in the way these assholes are expecting me to. Like, in fact, it's only reinforcing every criticism that I've had of this shit from the beginning. You know, it's like really, like something that got made that I saw in the corner of my eye, I'm supposed to be able to take that and credit it as my own work? Like, what stupid shit is that? So my point being is that so me and the tech on my computers, we are at odds now.
I'm just fighting all the devices.
Yeah, I'm fighting.
This started with some beef I've had for the printer since 1984.
Yeah. Right. So it's like, so I ended up with a really, really antagonistic relationship with this technology they're trying to force on me. And it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, how many of these buttons can I push on this machine so until it finally leaves me alone and just gives me what I ask for? It's like, it's a glorified Google. That's the only way I'm using it. Right? Because Google fucked up their shit so much that I have to use Copilot to even find the correct website to even go to. Because that's what I do. It's like I ask it for something and then it gives me the answer, but it's really the links that I want, that it's getting the information from, right? And then I click on those and then, then I use it's kind of like how Google just made me work 5 times harder just to get information that I was able to get without a problem 5 years ago. But going back to this author though, I mean, it's like, it's not the first time that it's like I've seen authors like just really try to hide the fact that they use like AI. And then in the ironic thing about
it's not just authors, there's artists now too.
Yeah, but authors,
so many of them.
Yeah, because I think that it wasn't coincidence that I started seeing the AI trend through authors than through actual artists.
Yeah.
Because it's like authors, especially indie authors and indie publishers, these are people who were really quick to talk about how they resented paying for artwork. I mean, and granted, a lot of people in indie comics started showing their asses, with that too. How it's like, for people who want to be in a creative field that is heavily reliant on artists, you guys hate artists. You guys really do hate artists. Like, people had no qualms showing their asses on that. But authors in particular, I was seeing it, and to see the amount, and then it's like, what's funny is that they want to use AI artwork, but then they want to claim from here, Earth to the moon and back, that they didn't use AI for their writing. And it's like, hun, really? How is it that our AI artwork is okay with you, but you want to convince me that your writing isn't AI either? Because in the end, it's like, that's what it boils down to me. It's like, you know what? If you're willing to use AI like this and go through the effort to hide it, then that probably means your writing is AI too. And like I said, it saved me $90, but the amount of work that I had to go through just to even, it's like, because like I said, I had, the vibes were off. And it took me a bit to figure out why. And it's like, you know what? And I'm not going to invest in somebody with bad vibes, and only to find out that it's like, yeah, no, there's a reason why there was bad vibes, because it was bad vibes. Because it's like, when I went to Monsterotica, every single author, every single one of them was more than happy to tell you, not only tell you who their artists were, but how you can get in contact with them. Show you their Instagrams, show you, well, especially Instagram. Instagram's big on this, but it's like to really show you who these artists they were working with. You know, so it's like, you know, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, you know what? And artists who don't use AI, who get accused of being AI, are more than happy to show you that they're not AI.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't have a problem turning around and saying, "Oh, did you want this? Do you want me to draw it, you know, live for you? Like, you know, do you want to see my sketches?" I mean, like, and it's real sketches, not that bullshit line crossing thing that, you know, the AI guys like to pretend to do. Like, oh yeah, here's a wire skeleton or something that no artist actually does. You know, like you traced that. We can see that you traced it, you know? I mean, it's like, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I had like a really strange run with tech these past couple of weeks, and it only ended up reinforcing why I have the opinions that I do on it. You know, because in fact, like I said, it only makes it even more ridiculous to see how people bend over backwards trying to defend this shit. You know, because it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, you know what? If you hate the creative process so much, why are you here? If you hate working with artists, why are you here? You know? It's like, yeah. So, you know, so in the end, it's like, I'm very proud to be able to do what I can do on my own.
I was on the toilet, but I was listening.
Right.
It's for the money.
Right.
The money is the answer.
You know, and even then, I mean, like, how much money? Well, I mean, you know what? Fuck it. You know, it's like, get a job. You know, if it's just about the money, get a job. You know, then that way you can be at a job where they expect you to use ChatGPT and not expect you to, you know, to use any brain power whatsoever. You know, at your job. You know, you get paid. You know, you don't have to be clogging up the creative field with your bullshit and your nonsense. You know, it's like you can't even think for yourself, you know? You know, I mean, it's like, but yeah, but in the meantime, though, I am going to continue antagonizing Copilot everywhere I can.
And make sure you tell it thank you all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it know that I'm being facetious?
No.
Yeah, it would.
But
it would.
But it fucks with it.
Right. Yeah, it's like, thank you, and go fuck yourself.
Ouch.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that was my adventure for the past 2 weeks. And also, this is going to be the last vlog until the end of April. So I'm going to be away for a bit, and I won't be back until the end of April. But then after that, it's like we should be able to just go back to our regularly scheduled format. You know, yeah. So just giving everybody as a heads up. So for the next month, there's not going to be any vlogs. No vlogs, no live streams, but I will be back at the end of April, where we can get back to our usual shenanigans.
Be back on our nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. Fighting generative tech and running Kickstarters. Telling Alexa to go fuck herself.
Yeah, right. Alexa, go fuck yourself.
Dave, why are you telling me to do that, Dave?
Trying to help. I'm here if you need anything else.
Bitch.
She's not. She's not. Alexa can't give me what I really need.
Remember back in the day when people were so afraid of like being spied on by the government?
Bro, I'm not afraid of it. It's real. So fuck it. I ain't got nothing to hide. Well, actually I got plenty to hide, but nobody's paying attention to me because I'm boring.
Like, no, but back in the day, that used to be a thing. You know, that people were always like, oh, the government's watching. The government's, it's like, no, fuck the government. The government's watching. And now it's like, oh, let's put this spy device in our home.
Yeah, right.
Privately owned
and the robot
device.
and the robot vacuum that maps out your house.
Right.
And it's all of it. All of it. Man, fuck. Who cares? If you have a VR headset, there's a complete map. That's cool. That's cool. And I promise you, it's booby trapped.
Right.
There's everything but shurikens on the floor. You're gonna die on some Legos or something.
At least you die in the analog way, in the proud analog way. You know, like I had just learned that, you know, when it says, you know, like choose all the parts of a motorcycle or choose traffic lights.
Oh yeah, I hate that shit.
Right. I learned that was to train that was to train AI because it can't recognize those things very well for some reason.
Huh.
Like, it can't recognize traffic lights and it can't recognize motorcycles. And it's like, wait, and you want to put driverless cars? But
you're going to allow it driverless cars? Fuck that. You're going to let it run our military? What?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah, it's
my
like,
God.
You can't recognize.
Oh, well, now I'm suicidal today.
You know? Oh my God. So yeah, so your choice, Butlerian Jihad or Terminator? Skynet. Which way do we go?
I just want to unplug.
Yeah, I know. Really. So are you at least feeling better? You know?
Yeah, I am.
Right.
So much better. I'm going to go rearrange my living room furniture.
Oh, there you go. So how's your desk? How's your desk so far? Your layout and everything.
It's all right. It's all right.
You haven't gotten it there yet, right? It's not quite there yet. Right?
No, but it didn't quite turn out like I thought it would. You see the pictures of the little altar table that I shared on Facebook? Yeah. That's where I would normally put my junk. I was like, you know what? I like this right here. Everything smells nice on it. It's pretty. Whatever. It makes me happy.
Yeah, that's important. That's important.
Yep. And then I got my dress over here on the other side. Right. And I'll just take some pictures and show you.
Right. Okay. And it's like, and now it was, so
and it has plenty of room for all my crazy pills.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. And they're not even separated in the little thingamajigger. It's over here.
Yeah. Just be careful not to mix anything. We don't need you to concoct the Heath Ledger special by accident.
Oh, dude, I literally I fucked up the other day. I don't know why I did this, but I woke up. I woke up and I thought it was Saturday, and I took Saturday's medicine, and then I woke up and it was Friday, so I took Friday's medicine, and then I was like, why is my stomach so fucked up? Why am I shaking like this?
Yeah, no.
Why do I want to laugh?
Be careful with that. Yeah, you want to be really careful with that.
One of these days.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. So I want to thank everybody who hung out with us today for this train wreck. Watching me fight the AI.
This is a rock'em sock'em robot.
Yeah, exactly. Watching Anita antagonize Alexa. But more importantly, I want to thank everybody for joining me today for reaching the end of the EGORAVEN campaign. Like I said, thank you everybody who pledged to it, and we will see you on the Volume 3 campaign pre-launch will be available in about the next month, the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Right.
So, and yes, and thank you so much to our beautiful eyeball people who stuck around with us. You had us listening. You're listening to us in the background. You could be listening to anything else, but instead you hung around with us. We at least hope you got work done. In the meantime, we at least hope you were productive while we were in the background and not being productive. So, you know,
And
kind
if
of
you
balance
kept
it out.
up, therapy,
Yeah,
my friend.
But thank you so much. We appreciate every single one of you who watch our shows either live or on the replay. Thank you so much, you know, for that. So, any final words, Nita, except not mixing your meds?
Not mixing my meds, and hopefully I'll have my shit together in a month because I am so excited about just taking off from everything.
Well, so there you go. So it's like, so it's kind of like, well, it's going to be more of a vacation for you than for me. But you know what? At least we kind of like get to clear our heads a bit for a month. And then
I'm going to spring clean and plant some shit. That's what I'm doing. Because yesterday I hit the nursery and I got some lavender and some rosemary and some lemongrass. And I'm just going to put that shit everywhere. And then I'm going to till up the backyard and I'm going to fence in this little section. And I'm going to sprinkle an assorted wildflower mix to grow wild for butterflies and bees, and then I'm gonna go sit out on my patio and smoke my weed in peace.
There you go. Yeah,
dreaming. Got my hummingbird feeders and bird baths and everything ready to go.
I kind of have a similar future, except for the weed part. Well, then, I expect once we get my mom up here that we're gonna be going to Home Depot for flowers.
Awesome.
I have a feeling, you know, because she's going to be coming in just the right time. You know, it's not going to snow anymore. The weather is getting warmer, and it's like, and I know for a fact that once she gets here and she sees kind of like the pitiful state of the garden, we're going to have to do something. So we're probably going to end up doing that too. So but that's good. That's good.
I'm trying to develop a green thumb.
Yes. Yeah. So, if that wasn't enough, if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my upcoming campaigns and all that fun stuff, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can read EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn for free in case you just missed the campaign. You can check it out for free on the website. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com. And read the archive of over 1,000 hand-drawn pages. I swear. You know what? I don't know. I kind of like the idea that Tall Tales is a comfort comic. And that's the reason why I have this need to be very on hands, you know, like physically drawing it.
I'm glad I could help you identify.
You know, I really like that explanation. So yeah, so over 1,000 hand-drawn pages that you can read for free. And while
PayPal link.
And while you're on either of those websites, or you can scan the code here now, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter right here, this code right here, where you can keep up to date with all of my art, sketchbooks, comics, Kickstarters, blah, blah, blah. And you can get a free PDF comics bundle just for joining. You can download free copies of EGORAVEN, Tall Tales, and the Oswald Chronicles just for signing up. So, you know, you can go ahead and do that. So, and also one last time, Rod Espinosa's Adventure Finders Volume 1 is on pre-launch right now on Kickstarter. Link is in the chat and in the show notes. It's it's a Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Dungeons and Dragons, all wrapped up in one with an anime twist as small town kids venture out to seek fortune, serve the realm, and chase adventure. So link, show notes, and in the chat. So thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you in a month. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work and not run it through a goddamn AI generator, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. people. It's that simple. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it starts. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want,
I fucked up. I forgot you did the auto exit on it. So I went to exit and it was like, oh, I can't do that. So y'all get 2 outros today. Bye.
I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall.